I'm so grateful to be in a room with people who value creativity and growth. And so we're going to do a little playing today. But first, I have a question. Who here has ever felt really, truly stuck in their work or life? Just by show of hands. Yeah, right? So if you're taking risks, at some point you're going to get stuck. Stuck can be painful. We've heard that. It can be confusing. Stuck can say something like, "What is wrong with you?" It has shame in it, right? Why does stuck so often thwart us when we have a desire to grow? Fear, right? Fear comes in, and stuck comes from the way back, right, from our childhood, and then beliefs get laid on top of it, and those beliefs really stick. But what if stuck wasn't a problem to solve? What if stuck was an invitation to step into the unknown and find something else that is not only more true, but something that you can grow into beyond the edge that resonates with you into the future? So we're going to explore this sort of experientially today. I got curious about this idea of creativity and the creative process that happens in between who we are now and who we long to become. So I looked to artists that I'd worked with my whole life. And this woman, Deepika Guha, is a playwright. And when she was in her 20s, she felt and experienced a kind of stuckness where she believed that she had no voice and had no sense that she ever would. And then one day, someone came to her desk that she didn't know and left a copy of The Artist's Way on her desk. And she said it felt like someone had shattered a window open. And within a year, she had a scholarship to Harvard and wrote her first play. Yeah, so what happens in that moment there? What can activate our courage to take that risk? So we're going to do together just a little unsticking practice, okay? So what I invite you all to do is to stand up where you are, and I would love it if you would just take a moment, and this is by choice, so if you're not comfortable, take care of yourself. Close your eyes for a moment, or lower your gaze. And I want you to pick an aspect of your life where you've experienced a little stuck. It might be a work relationship or a project. It might be some other kind of relationship or experience that isn't moving forward or isn't thriving. Just pick that one aspect you can work with today. And when you have that, I want you to feel into your body what stuck forces are at play. So stuck is energy, right? It's either pushing and weighing us down. It might be pulling us apart. It might be feeling like a really heavy weight in your belly. So take a second and just be with your stuck energy for just a moment. Great. Now, turn your attention to the felt sensations of that even further. And I want you to go ahead and ask your stuck if it has any wisdom for you. If your stuck had something to say, what would it say? Just find that word or phrase in your mind. And when you have that, somebody might know what's coming next. I want you to turn to your partner, and I want you to share. You'll have 1 minute. So I want you to split in the middle and share what your stuck had to say. So go ahead and share. Start to come back. So let's just hear for one or two people, just very briefly, what did somebody want to share what their stuck had to say? Yes.
Keep going.
Keep going. Yes.
You will have all the support you will ever need.
You have all the support you will ever need. Anybody else hear something supportive? Great. Awesome. Anybody want to share? Is somebody burning to share what their stuck said? Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Do not be afraid. Beautiful. Anybody have something in that universe? Great. Awesome. Okay. So I talked to another artist. I wrote a book about these stories, which you can talk to me about. And this artist is named Chie Fueke. And Chie, when she was 9, she went to the São Paulo Museum in Brazil, where she was an expat. And she was a kid. And she saw a painting of Van Gogh's. And she sensed in the painting, that's her painting, but in his painting, she sensed a place that existed before he painted it. And she felt that she belonged there already. So she sort of sensed she saw this painting and sensed it was a place that she already belonged. Which means that Chie valued belonging and she longed for it at the same time. So she connected to that, and her work is very much about that. It's such a great story. So now we're going to do another tiny practice, and this one is about listening for that longing. So you can stay seated this time, and I do again invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, and I want you to just check in with your heart. You might put your hand on your heart if that's available to you, and I want you to ask yourself, what do you long for? And take a moment to drop into that. Can you sense a desire emerging? Something you're called to create, experience, or embody that you don't yet? Get a sense of what that thing is. Maybe it's a word or a phrase. And we're going to do this one more time, actually 2 more times. But right now I want you to turn to your partner and let them know what that word or phrase is. And you'll have another minute to share that. So go ahead. Share your word or phrase for what you desire, what you long for, that you want to embody or experience that you don't yet. Go ahead. Beautiful. I love all the physicality I'm seeing. I'm seeing bodies come alive and the hands moving. It's beautiful to see all the articulation. So come on back, come on back. Okay. I think I got that prop for like when I was trying to entertain my kids when they were small for like a schoolhouse play. I'm going to let you read that while I tell you a story. So about 10 years ago now, my husband passed away. He died. But about just under a year after he died, I was invited to tell a story about my first intimate experience as a widow. And when I got on stage, I told a room full of strangers things I really never told my therapist. Yeah, so when I walked off stage, I felt a part of me whisper, wow, that was brave. And I felt a shift. It was as if I had walked onto a path that was unfolding with some mysterious purpose, right? So what do we need to do here to make change happen so that we can live a life and experience a life that we actually want to live? How do we create that future? We have to believe that we are braver than we know. And we do that by playing, right? So if we can imagine that the unknown space between who we are and who we long to become is a creative process, and we can move through it with a function and a purpose that we can name, we can begin to play. take the stakes down, right? Not so scary. So we have one more tiny practice. And this one is sort of where the rubber hits the road, right? But in a small way. So where in your own life can you sense the future wanting to emerge? You've noticed, you've listened, and now you get to play. What is one small step, one inquiry, one tiny morsel of action that you can choose to make to get curious enough to move your stuck energy to the next true thing? We're not fixing or solving a problem, but we're just moving our stuck energy forward. So have that in your mind. What is one small thing that you might do in the next week to move your stuck? Take a moment now and share with your partner what might move your stuck. All right, I have to know. What is one, anybody want to share one small thing? Like, yes. Yes, live more in alignment. How, anybody have anything like that? And to just press you a little bit on that, what might be one small thing that you might do in a action or inquire after that would or be curious about that would be in alignment with that commitment?
I might change my flight tomorrow to the next day.
There you go. Okay, that's good. Thank you for that. Anyone else? Anyone else? So this is kind of where it gets a little scary for some of us. It's like, oh yeah, I said yes to that thing. Oh, I just declared that I have a commitment to to honor this thing I care about that matters most to me, and now I have to act. I have to make a choice, and to make a choice is to live riskily, which is not my quote, but a William Bridges quote. And we've talked about that today, right? We just did 3 tiny practices today: notice, listen, and play. And we have to practice because, listen, I had a story that I wasn't the brave one in my life, and I discovered that I was braver than I knew in more ways than I could have ever imagined, and I continue to practice to today. Here in this room, we all believe in creativity. We all value growth, right? So the next time you find yourself standing just off stage, staring at a blank page or canvas in your work or life, brave creativity, because you might find a version of, wow, that was brave, and know it to be true. Thank you, guys.